During this module, we're going to be working on creating agency content pages on ResourceUMC. Hopefully you should already have the login URL. If you don't, reach back to Stephen Fox or at sfox@umcom.org or Lane Denson, L. Denson at umcom.org. Once you log in to ResourceUMC Sitecore, you'll be greeted by this large desktop image. This particular view of the application, the Sitecore application, is called the desktop. It is called that for a couple of different reasons. It's very similar to a Windows environment, but it's all hosted within Sitecore. To navigate the desktop, you have a couple of options. First is the Launchpad. This icon with the various blocks represents the Sitecore Launchpad. By clicking it, you'll be taken back to the old familiar display of applications. Now, most users will not see all these various applications within Sitecore, but if you do, you can still access Content Editor, Experience Editor, Media Library, and your desktop. Since when you log in, you're typically greeted by the desktop, we're going to navigate back to that section. The preferred method for navigating while within the desktop is to use this Sitecore icon in the lower left-hand corner. By doing this, you'll be able to access all the same applications that are available on the Launchpad, but there are a couple of perks to doing it through the desktop. If you open Content Editor, for example, through the desktop, you'll notice Content Editor appears down here at the bottom. Additionally, you have Content Editor, Media Library, and Workbox that allows you to very easily toggle between those three applications without losing your progress in either section. Now, the Workbox has to do with workflow and approval of documents, so we're not going to cover that in this particular module. But once you have logged into Sitecore and you've navigated to the Content Editor, and again, you can do that by clicking the Sitecore logo in the lower left-hand corner and clicking Content Editor, and that will open it like a new tab, similar to the way Windows opens applications and allows you to toggle. You should be familiar with this file tree to the left-hand side. Here you'll see the ResourceUMC folder. We're going to expand that and open the home folder. Content is where all the individual articles appear, aside from the larger parent pages. So typically you would want to expand. Typically you don't want to navigate the site or the content by expanding like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Content. We're going to search for, like we normally do. I'm going to get rid of these these filters that self-populate. Those are only in place to display the most recent articles. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the title of this template page that we'll be using, title, and then colon, and that creates a custom filter. And the name of this page template is Communications Template. Okay. Now to validate that this is the one you're looking for, it was created by Micah Alfred, M. Alfred. It was created on February the 5th. And 3:48 p.m. is also correct. So what we're going to do, we're going to select this page, and then we're going to duplicate this item. Okay? Copy of Communications Agency Template page. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to test dash agency content page templates tutorial. And I'm only doing this to make it easy to find. And then I'm putting my initials at the end because I'm going to have to delete this page because we are on the live site. Even though it's not in public view yet, you want to avoid creating dummy content or content that is not legitimate on the production site, meaning the final destination for what will be the live site. I hit click OK. And then all this information about the communications agency template page should change and load this new duplicated article that I've just created. So, okay. Now, we want to X out of this. You want to make sure that you're working on the correct page. The content that you're working on, the new content, will be labeled content in the tab. The template will retain its old name. So we're going to close the original file because we don't want to overwrite that. Okay, and this will bring us back to our test agency content page template tutorial SOF. Now, here you will see all the same fields that were on the previous content page. What we need to do is we're going to populate the mandatory fields just like we normally would. Summary text, agency content template, page templates. And I'm just doing, again, I'm doing this so it's very evident if someone runs across this page that this was created for a tutorial. If by some outlandish chain of events I don't remember to delete it. We're going to go into the body, and you can see that it's thinking because the other hover states are not working. Once that loads, we just populate some content for the body. Okay. Accept. And then we're going to go down. The next mandatory fields are the article image. Remember, you only need the preview image if you need a different image for your preview or thumbnail. Otherwise, the article image will pull in as the thumbnail. Okay. I'm just going to go to My Images, which should bring in the most recent images that I've uploaded. Select one just for the sake of this tutorial. Once the images are selected, the final section that you absolutely have to populate has to do with the article tags. And even though it's called article tags, I'm sure you've caught on that this includes category taxonomies as well as tags. So we're going to assign a couple of categories. This agency we're going to say is communications. Select that. Just a quick note, most content creators will not see this right side display. This is meant to communicate differences between the original article and the new one, and it's only in an admin view. It kind of convolutes things, so it's simpler if it doesn't display on all content creators. So that's why my view is a little bit different. And then tags, I'm just going to select way forward. Okay. Now, because I don't want to publish this content, I'm not going to publish it. I'm just going to save it, and then I'm going to use the page preview to ensure that it's displaying as we hope. It's saved, so we're going to go over to Publish and Preview. And the system has to do quite a bit to preview a piece of content, so don't be discouraged if it takes a little while. So, here you'll see the big piece that you're looking for to make sure you've properly duplicated the page template is this blue bar. It has communications. This is the agency navigation that helps associate content to the appropriate agency. So we can see all of the decisions that I made have been implemented, including the article image, the summary text, body text. So that's all there is to it for creating an agency content page. And remember, you will only be using this particular page template if you are told that this will be a communications agency page. As we move forward, we'll be creating content for additional agencies, but in the short term, the vast majority of the content that you'll be creating in February of 2019 will have to do with the communications agency or United Methodist Communications. So that's it. Please let me know if you have any additional questions. Once the trickiest part is duplicating that page template. Once that's done, it's really just a matter of populating the same fields you would for content. Thanks.